Yep.
I nerded out on some mooch videos back in the day. It was very insightful. I will say though, these new Mala cells beat the piss out of my old Samsungs.
Oh, I bet, dude.
God damn.
Are they P45Bs or P42As?
Whatever
you have from Will?
had.
Yeah, P42A.
42. Wait till you get instead of the 45Bs, bro.
Whenever you get another set,
because they're like a step up from those, dude.
They yeet the vapors into your mouth holes.
I just realized they could hear us that whole time. What is going on, Shedheads? Welcome back. It is Friday, and I'm back with the boys. I should say we're back from the old Steel Valley. That's right, going out to Ohio and spent some time over there at Steel Valley Vapors with the old punk rock Silver Fox. And I got to say, we have some stories to tell you guys. Let me just start off by saying that, but we're not going to get into it quite yet because, of course, we're going to talk about what we are vaping on. I know there may be maybe some new things, and maybe liquid-wise, maybe mod-wise, who knows? Maybe atomizer-wise, who knows? You guys are just going to have to wait to see. So I want to start off with, actually, I'm going to start off with Uncle Chris. What do you got for us tonight, Overdrip?
Yeah, it's super simple, but I do have something new that I grabbed. Well, actually, I guess I received when I was at Steel Valley, and I'm using it because I think it just looks pretty good. I'm not even a huge fan of red, but for participating in the build-off, I did get an Apocalypse V2, and the one that I got is red. It's actually like a red splatter. It doesn't really show the black.
There you go. A little bit of black splatter.
So it's a red black splatter. It's on top of the Arcless V2. It's just like the stock. It's like everything that we did with the build-off. So I think these have AJ Holland coils in here. So it's like it's ripping nice. And the liquid is actually something that I got as well. And this is what you guys are missing out on. This is like what I want to just emphasize about this whole weekend is that Will is like a generous dude. And not only that, like Will's shop is really cool. So like when he's generous, i.e. I got a brand new Apocalypse V2 just to build it. And it's like, well, it's now yours. I also got one of these liquids.
Oh.
So this is what I'm vaping. It's the Homeboy Heads watermelon. Is that what this one is?
Melon Punch.
Oh, Melon Punch. Melon Punch. Sorry, my bad. Which I also, once again, I got for free. That was part of the Congo line that I grabbed. It was just a blind grab. Got that. I was like really hoping. I'm like, oh, I wonder if those black lids, I'm like, if those black lids are Eric's liquids or like they're Dwayne's, like I could get Mango or I could get PB Party. I got neither, but thanks to James, he actually like gave me a PB party. But yeah, so this is the one that I'm vaping on. And you know what? I might occasionally grab this, which I also got for free, for participating in the pod, Cloud Comp. So shout out Will once again. And this one's a pink lemonade. It's okay. I feel like I've had much better pink lemonade flavors, but it's really not that bad. Like for in a pinch, I think that this will probably be pretty solid.
I
Yeah.
definitely have had much worse pink lemonades than that.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
Yep.
for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. It's
Absolutely.
up there with like it's like if you want like something that's gonna be pink lemonade and taste like pink lemonade, yeah, that's pretty much what you're gonna get with that. It's not gonna knock your socks off, but it ain't gonna be terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
would-
like
I
you
would-
know it's pink lemonade.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a pink lemonade in a disposable system like that, that's a damn
And dude,
good
this thing
pink
must
lemonade.
hold a lot of fucking liquid.
Dude, you'll be surprised, bro.
because it's pretty big.
Well, not only that, dude, but you're gonna have to recharge that thing at least once or twice before that
Oh,
thing
probably
probably
more.
is done, dude. Easy. Because, dude, I
Yeah.
still have some of the first ones that I have that I think are still vaping, and I think I may have only charged them once.
And honestly, the draw on it's really not that bad either.
I like it, and it's 20 milligram, which is
Yeah,
perfect
it's
for
way more
me.
manageable.
hmm
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll
that's
agree.
everything for me. So Sean, how about you?
So I got this guy out right now. We got the old hammer, you know, rocking the V2 on top. And the V2 right now has a pair of AJ Holland 4-cores in it that I scooped up over there at Steel Valley because it was time. I needed to put something new in there, get her nice and beefed up. And it's been ripping real great. And inside of that, I got myself some test results in. And yeah, we got that 21 grams. And I am digging the hell out of this liquid.
Dude, I bought 2 bottles of that just because of one fucking knuckle.
Yeah, dude. I took a vape off of the homie Ryan's vape and was like, "Yup, I need a bottle." That is
Oh.
awesome.
I didn't know
Also,
he was vaping it.
also rocking
Excuse me.
this setup right here. Got a
Oh.
yeah, got that Saint out with the Apocalypse that I received through the build off, and of course I had to throw the gold chop top on there just to bring it all together. So this too is rocking some AJ Holland coils, and it's just fitting. A yellow goldish setup with some Boule Bolu, a nice yellow golden liquid.
I actually bought some. Sorry, Sammy. Like if you ever watch this, which I highly doubt you will, but you might.
It's good, dude.
Sorry, Sean. Keep on going.
That's it, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Looks like it's chucking too, bro.
Just before you go, James, I just want to like give one pro tip to Sean. Dude, so with that RDA, make sure that you like polish the inside of that cap like pretty regularly. Otherwise, it gets fucking so tight so fast.
Oh yeah,
Because it will patina to fuck. And for
Yep.
some reason, it just patinas heavy on the inside compared to like any other fucking brass cap I've had.
Yep, it's gonna be a thing. But hey, man, the crazy thing is I've never spent more than like 3 vapes on an Apocalypse until now.
It's a great vape, bro. In my opinion.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Like I'm not mad at it.
And at
Does
the end
it-
of the day, what else can you ask for, you know?
Yeah, like
Dude, it's good flavor and it's got good
Yeah,
airflow.
the
To me,
flavor's
that's a
great.
good RDA, right?
the thing that I
That's one of
never
my
really
favorites,
liked
so.
was the airflow. I thought the airflow was a little for me, but I guess now that I own one, it allows me that opportunity to mess with it. I only ever vaped someone else's Apocalypse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
figured I never held the ones I own were hand me down and they were it was missing a solid pin. So I only had a squonk pin in it.
Ooh.
So like I wasn't going to use it as a squonk. So like I never had an opportunity to even mess with it and find my setup in an Apocalypse. So now the opportunity's here and I'm enjoying it.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, so I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
First thing I'll start off with is I'm still rocking this setup that I was rocking earlier today. If you guys saw the cloud check, got the old legal RDA with a tombstone chop top on top with the old Odin V2. Inside are some breeze tones. Of course, I think they're either triple 27s or triple 28. I can't remember. I think I said 27s in the cloud check. Either way, it's ripping, coming out to a 0.12 because I think I took a little cheeky wrap off there. And dudes, if you guys didn't know, there was a legacy liquid of mine that I've vaped quite a few bottles of. I definitely think I probably have vaped more mango at this point, but back in the day, there used to be a liquid that I vaped all the time that I absolutely loved. And come to find out, our good friend over at Steel Valley now stocks this in his shop. A little bit of a slight rebrand as far as the label goes, but let me tell you, the liquid gold that's inside is still the same, baby. Some of that blast off from the fountain OMPH or whatever it is.
OPMH.
Yeah, dude. Came home with not only one, not two, but shout out to my man, good old Effin' Delight, aka Ryan, because he hooked me up with a third bottle of some blast off. And let me tell you guys, I've been going pretty hard on this bottle. It's probably going to be gone by the maybe beginning of next week. Maybe Monday or so, because I've just been vaping it, dude, vaping it. And then I also have something else that I picked up. Of course, already on top of something that you guys have seen before, but I picked up one of these guys, the old Cathyla 21700 mechanical box from good old Death Wish there with the Juzu on top of there. Got a nice toxic waste chop top on top of there. This, I believe might have some drip theory coils in it. I don't remember. Either way, they're ripping. And of course, in that, I have to also have some mango. But let me tell you guys, side note. So obviously, like I said, I've been vaping blast off all pretty much the rest of this week. Since I'd say probably about Tuesday, starting at Will's, all the way through the rest of the week through today. So that means I haven't vaped any mango in like 3 or 4 days. Or maybe more. And let me tell you what, dude, mango tastes different right now.
Good, different?
Yeah, like I'm getting some, it's weird, bro. It's like vaping blast off for a while has kind of like maybe helped with like maybe some slight vape tongue situation I may have been getting from vaping mango so heavy. And maybe changing it up to a little bit of a different fruit profile is bringing out different notes in the mango right now, dude. It's a trip. But I like it, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm all about it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm really vaping on at the moment. I will say, though, I did end up getting one of the, another one of those side piece disposables that like Chris had, and I got the white berry one. And dude, I'll tell you what. After spending some time with it in airports and planes and the such as, the flavor's really grown on me, dude. I actually kind of really enjoy it and wish I could get that flavor in like a bottle and drip it. You know what I mean?
Maybe you can someday.
I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, solid.
Like
so
that.
it's
Yeah.
almost kind of like a white gummy sort of situation, but dude, pretty solid. I do enjoy it. But yeah, that's it for that. Other than that, there's one other thing that we should, touch on here real quick, because there's something that we do, other than this show here, live for you guys. If you want to, check it off on your off time, maybe during a commute, maybe you're working, you could pop your headphones in, whatever. Check out our podcast, because, we got this thing called the Shed Time Podcast, and there's this thing we like to do here on the show called What's New in the Shed.
Oh, yeah. And as you guys already know, we record episodes in advance. And so with this upcoming episode, we are talking heavy about the lead up into this meetup. So,
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big topic of conversation for us because, of course, we were gassed up, we were ready to go, and so it was a big deal. And you guys get to hear us, talking about what we're hoping for, what we're thinking about, what we're looking forward to. We get talking about grow tech because there is some really cool technology that I've been employing and testing out, and we get deep into that, and it's been pretty cool. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and so of course I want to share it out there with the shed heads on the podcast. We also get into this really strange question: how often do you actually look at your hands? How well do you really know your hands? When you say, "Oh, I know it like the back of my hand," how well do you actually know the back of your hand? That's
Yeah,
right.
how often
These
do
are
you
shed
stare at it?
thoughts.
How often
Yeah.
do you actually look at the back of your
Dude, I
hand
wonder how many people honestly could see a picture of a ton of hands
and be
and
like, "Oh, that's
actually pick
mine"?
out their hand. Yeah.
Well, I
Right?
know I
That's a fair
could.
I feel
question.
somewhat confident.
I know I could. Depend if it's my right hand, I know for sure I could point it out just because I've got a wonky pinky and a fucked up thumb. So like it's just easy to point out. But my left hand, that would probably be maybe a little bit more difficult because there's not as much, telltale signs. Like, cause like, dude, I see that pinky, bro. I know that shit's mine, dude. You know what I mean? Like that thing ain't straight at all. And then of course now my thumb. If you
Oh, I think we lost you on that
Yeah,
one.
that's your sound. Or that's your sound.
we good?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
But anyway, so it's like it's growing halfway back, but it's like smashed down. It just looks so bad, dude. But that's what happens when you don't pay attention and smash your finger in a door.
Yeah, we talk about that and a whole lot more. So check out the Shed Time podcast. You can find it on all podcasting platforms. And for our patrons, you guys are gonna get some dope look. If you didn't make it, you're gonna get a dope look at some behind the scenes things of what was going on. We got the whole cloud comp on film. We got the build off on film. So you guys are gonna be able to actually witness all of that and see what we got into and see the fun and the ruckus and everything that went on. And more. So yeah, check out the Shed Time Podcast. You can go to shedtimepodcast.com and stream the show, find the Patreon link, find the merch links and all that so you can get some sweet Shed Time gear. And that's what's new in the shed.
All right. And with that, we're just going to get on into it, guys. Let me just start off by saying shout out to the old punk rock Silver Fox himself for, hosting another great event. Of course, it wasn't like a super crazy turnout, but the people that did show up, it was awesome to see. We had a couple fresh faces, of course, the familiar faces that show up. Obviously, super stoked to see Sean and Lizzie there this time. It was the first time in 5 years the three of us have been together in one place at one time, and it was pretty surreal when I see Lizzie and Sean walk into the shop on Friday night. But I'll kind of start off my little story because mine starts off a couple days before you guys get there, and then we'll kind of I'll toss it over to you guys. So of course I get in on Wednesday night about 6:30 or so. Good old Kevin K. You guys have seen him here on Shedhead Sessions. Picked me up from the old airport on his way in from good old Scranton, and swooped me up. And then, of course, we popped in over there at the old Steel Valley Vapor shop with Will, and got to meet his new employee.
Phil.
Phil. That's right, Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
I was trying to remember what his name is in Discord, too. Because
Awesome Ox.
something like that, yeah. Because if you guys didn't know, there is a Steel Valley Vapors Discord now as well. But we got to meet up with him. Of course, good. Ryan wasn't there that night, I don't think, not at the shop. Not until later on. And then after that, we what did we do? Where did we go that night? Because we were supposed to go, and Will was gonna just cook us a nice home cooked meal that night. But come to find out, the day I show up, his refrigerator died. Which ended up being a pretty shitty thing because he ended up like losing a bunch of fucking food and things like that because it didn't end up keeping, and it was kind of a thing. So we ended up we went to this burger spot. What was it called? Don't remember. But dude, the beer I had there, bro. Shout outs to Kevin K because he's the one that suggested it and said, dude, you'd probably like this. And not only did I get it, but good old Ryan got it as well. Have you guys ever heard of a Lacto Cooler? I know you've probably heard of Ecto Cooler.
Yes, but I've never heard of lacto.
Think that, but sour. Like a beer. Like a sour beer.
And with the
Okay.
lacto, is it like a milk sour?
Mm-hmm. Because it's got a little bit of
Oh.
So let me tell you what, bro. Not only is it like super tasty, nice, crisp. It's almost got like a little bit of a thicker mouthfeel, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
like
of that
it's
lactose.
almost a smoothie, but
almost,
not.
but not quite. Like it just had like a touch in there, you know what I mean? So of course there's a little bit of some, haziness in the glass from that.
Yeah.
But dude, she showed up with these glasses and it was green, dude. I was like, wait, is this St. Patty's Day? What the fuck is going on here? And Kevin's like, no, it's green. I'm like, green beer, dude? Sign me up. Took my first sip, dude, and was like, there is no way that this is as good as it is right now. It was so good. I ended up having 2, 1.5, because we ended up leaving, and I tried to chug it. Only got halfway through it, and then I couldn't do it. And then good old Will helped me out and pounded the last little half of it. But dude, solid stuff. I ended up getting a nice little burger there, some fries. What else did we do that night? Of course, we ended up coming back to the house. Shed time in the old Cobra Cabana, as always, which I will say there was plenty of. So, of course, if you guys listen to the podcast, you hear all about that conversation over there on the podcast, because there was a lot of shenanigans going down as far as that went. And then what we do Thursday? Thursday, hung out the shop, you know what I mean? Just kind of chilled. What did we do that night? That night, I think we... I don't remember what we did that night. But anyways, Thursday was just kind of a chill day. Just kind of kicked back, hung out at the shop. We went to go grab something to eat that night, too. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, either that or I think Will might have hooked us up with something. Oh, he cooked ribs that night. That's right. Cooked us up some smoked ribs, some mac and cheese, some baked beans, some cornbread. Pretty fire, I will say, dude. They were the ribs.
I was there Thursday night.
Dude, shout out to Will, because I will say, ribs were pretty fire, dude. Like, nice, tender, slid right off the bone. I will say though, I'm more of a sauce guy on my ribs. Like I like a lot of like barbecue sauce on my ribs, dude. I'm just a barbecue sauce guy.
Dry rub guy.
But I will say Will did like a dry rub sort of situation, and I will say this, wasn't mad at it. Was not mad at it, bro. Pretty solid. Of course, this is one thing that I've kind of come to find out, too, about myself is I've never been a real big Velveeta mac and cheese guy. Like, just not really my thing. But I don't know what Will did to his, but it actually was pretty good. Like, I was digging it. Oh, first place was Route 33. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Katie out there in chat. And then good old Friday, same sort of situation. Woke up, went hung out at the shop for a good portion of the day. And, of course, right around closing time, about an hour, maybe even like
about
half
an hour
hour
before closing.
The three amigos here, good Sean, Lizzie, and Uncle Chris show up. Dude, everybody was ecstatic. You know what I mean? Hugs were all around. Smiles were all around. The vibes were high. We hung out at the shop for a little bit, kind of showed everybody around, looked at what was the offer, that sort of stuff. And then, of course, like tradition says, there's always one night when we have these meetups. It's usually the night before where we all get together and go out and grab some Mexican food and get a couple pictures of some mango margaritas. And let me tell you what, I don't know what happened to me, but like when we were sitting down to eat, like I fucking scarfing down chips.
Dude, I was across the table from
I got down an entire margarita, and then all of a sudden, dude, it's just like full stop, dude. Like, I didn't end up getting sick or anything. It was just like, for some reason, I was just like a wall. Like, my plate showed up to eat, and I was just like, I'm so upset right now because I really want to eat this food, but my stomach is telling me don't put anything else in here right now.
Straight bubble gut.
Dude, I don't know what happened, but I ended up relieving myself of some gases. Sat back down, and I ended up being able to finish my plate. Thank God.
Not only that.
No,
then I ended up chugging dude, huh?
I said you got to at least touch it, dude. You left to go to the washroom before you'd even touched anything.
I know, yeah. And then I came back and actually ended up eating it, all of it. And I ended up chugging the last of my margarita, bro, which was pretty much a full glass.
Heroic.
Dude, I will say, like, I'm sure that I mentioned this before, but like, the fucking margaritas are legit. First of all, they taste really good, but also, like, you have one of those, that's probably like 3.5 shots.
Oh yeah, dude, you could taste it easy, bro. Yeah.
I feel like they almost like throw like a fucking, I don't know. They throw more than a Mickey in a fucking pitcher. I'll tell you that.
And then by the second one, my second one, dude, the bottom of that glass was pretty much all tequila, dude, because it all had kind of melted by that point. And I was feeling good because then we ended up getting back to the house. Of course, shenanigans,
Shed time.
dude, major shenanigans happened.
Dude, that fucking bag.
Dude.
Yeah, the video of that will be available to our patrons.
Yeah, so if you guys want to check that out, go check out the Patreon over there at shedtimepodcast.com. But dude, epic shed time, epic hangs. You know what I mean? Ended up. Is there anything I'm leaving out from Friday that you guys like? Because of course you guys, you guys met up Thursday night at your house, right, Sean?
Yeah. Well, so that our
I
end
got
of
there like 9:30.
Yeah, our end of Thursday into Friday was a trip because I mean, Chris, you left your home Thursday morning, right?
Yeah, Thursday at like I think it was about 10:30, about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Thursday a.m. Yeah, my time. So that your time is an hour earlier.
And of course, you know, Chris got to encounter the awful storm that was rolling through the Northeast as he was coming down.
Yeah,
I distinctly remember the message.
So shit.
Why is there a blizzard in April?
Dude, I was kind of pissed because I knew that it was going to affect my driving, man. I was like, this is a reasonable drive. And I'm now driving in fucking just 2 tire tracks. The other lane, I tried a couple times thinking like, oh, maybe there's enough like of a track that I can get over and then pass some people. Nah, I just basically had to wait till it was like totally clear, make a quick little zip out without being like reckless because there was still snow, get back over so I could like kind of go 45 miles an hour. Like, you know how much it hurts when you keep seeing signs that say 75 miles per hour and you can only go 45? It fucking hurts. Like, I'm like, yo, 75 is pretty fast. Like, there's no place in Canada you can go that fast, like legally. I'm like, yo, that's
Dude, there's
good.
some highways you can go 80.
I know, man. I remember I know that I heard 80 in Texas, but like, I want to say that I might have heard 85, which seems like that's just too fast.
Nah,
that's probably not even real.
I definitely think it's a thing for sure.
Man, that's fucking quick.
Dude, think about the fucking Autobahn, bro. There is no speed limit.
Yeah, I know, but that's like the Autobahn. I feel like people there are more responsible.
Sure.
No, I don't know. I feel like etiquette might be a thing there. I don't know.
I mean, there's a certain level of
like,
etiquette there, but it is fucking dangerous. And on the theme of danger, of course, that weather danger continued to haunt us on our way down on Friday because the trek that we chose to take took us right through the Poconos, and so we had to climb through the mountains, and so we'd go through these patches of rain, and then it would be clear, and then it would snow, and then it would be clear, and then we'd have rain, and then snow, and it was the whole way through the mountains. But I'll tell you what, once we pulled in, that was like reaching the promised land at that point. After that whole journey.
You should have seen the excitement on your face when you walked through that door, bro.
Well, like the funniest part is we pull up and like Chris is cool, calm, and collected. He's already been here. He's already done this. You know, he's gonna get his things and he's gonna take his time. My wife, on the other hand, is so utterly excited that like she jumps out of the car, leaves like everything behind, and immediately runs into the building. And I'm like, shit, all right, let me just grab this mod and I gotta go in and catch up. So yeah, like walking in and just finally seeing all the homies was incredible. And to be out of the car after all that ride, I mean,
yeah, there's like 11 and a half hours.
Yeah,
from
11
like when
to
we
11 and a half hours for us because of all of that. And truth be told, I will definitely pay the small toll next time. It cut it cut a solid hour off my trip when I went home by taking that route. So like, I will totally pay the toll next time. I still got to go through the mountains, but you know what? At least I didn't have to go the way we did through Mass and everything in New York.
Dude, just like the way that we were driving on the way, the first dude, I felt like the first 2 hours we never were on a highway.
Yeah, it took us down like it took us down
state
through, like, highways.
40, 45. I don't even know if we saw 55. We maybe saw 55.
Yeah, it took us down these winding state highways through Connecticut.
It was beautiful though. Like, I mean, it would be way nicer not at the time of year. Like,
yeah,
in like spring where everything's just brown as fuck and there's nothing going on.
Yeah, like late spring or even early fall when it's all like just starting to turn. I'll bet you that trip would have been gorgeous.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah. If Will did one on like October 1st, yeah, it'd probably be a crazy drive. It'd be a crazy drive.
Dude, especially through those mountains.
Yeah. No, it'd be cool.
That was, I think, one of the wild things is like we were literally going through Pennsylvania Dutch country, coming through, the Northeast like that, to the point that on the way home, I literally had to pass Amish people in a horse and buggy. Like we stopped to go get gas and hit a bathroom, and I drove right past some Amish people, and I was like, oh my God, we really are in Pennsylvania Dutch country. Wow.
It's a thing, dude. But
yeah, just getting there and finally, we were starving by the time we got to the shop. So like getting to the Mexican was like the highlight of the night at that point. And then
it's good. It's really good food. I mean, I was excited to get there for sure. But yeah, like Sean said, like I wasn't like fucking I was like making sure I was prepared because I knew that we were going to be in the shop for like an hour and a half. And I wanted to like rewick some because I've been vaping the same flavor for like 2 days, which for me is like, I guess I'm ready for a change. And so I was like grabbing the shit that I needed to rewick and like all that stuff. But yeah, I went in and just like saw everybody was pumped, obviously. There's like a lot of awesome people that were there, and I do that. I was fully backing like every decision that was made. Like every decision on my ride was great. Like the whole time there, all the meals were fantastic. Like all the entertainment was good. It was great.
And I gotta tell you, Chris, the fiasco I had with my phone on the way down, prompted me to buy a new phone this week. So
good for you. Good for you. So you can always have that other one as backup.
The fiasco I'm talking about is my charging port in my phone decided I'm just not going to accept a charger right now. So we drove about halfway. My phone completely died. So we had,
honestly, isn't it good that I went in front of you then at that point? Because like otherwise you'd have been like, I don't know where I'm going. Oh, well, I mean, had a phone.
We had my wife's phone to have as a GPS as well. But yeah, it turned into the situation was like, oh shit, I need to at least make it so that I know this thing can charge, or I'm gonna have a real big problem. So once I got that figured out, we were good. But yeah, like that situation prompted me to be like, all right, getting a new phone is priority now instead of priority later. But can we definitely talk about Saturday? Because we kicked that shit off right by hitting Bob Evans for a fucking fantastic country breakfast. Oh,
dude,
that shit changed my whole approach to biscuits and gravy.
Dude, bowl and biscuits? Dude, or just doing it with the biscuits and covering them?
I'm going to make biscuit sandwiches like that with the egg and the bacon, and then pour the gravy on it and start eating. Oh my God, that was a move. That was a move.
Yeah, dude. I got to say their French toast is pretty solid too.
Yeah, that was some solid breakfast.
Yeah, dude. Couple cups of coffee, some breakfast. Headed off to the shop, kicked it for a few hours while people kind of rolled in. Actually, by the time we got there, shout out to Lunchbox. I think Lunchbox was already there, hanging out at the shop, rewicking something or doing something.
And who's the other homie?
Jimbo, good old Jimbo. Yeah. He's actually, I think, local. So that was cool. Meet one of the local
you said
vapors out there. He actually is part of the Still Valley Discord too, which is cool because I have chatted with him once or twice beforehand. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, Jim, okay, I got it. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll get to that, Kev. We'll get to that, dude. But yeah, dude, it was awesome seeing some fresh faces there, and then of course Ryan rolled in. I think there was probably it was Chris, Sean, Lizzie, Ryan, Jimbo, Lunchbox, Kevin K, Will, Duchess. Oh yeah, Duchess showed up as well, and then Phil. Right?
Yeah.
Dude, so there wasn't a huge group of people, but there was a nice, cool core little group of people hanging out, you know what I mean, chatting. We had little circles going. Me and Chris was sitting there getting Will ranked up on Call of Duty, getting his KD up because man can use all the help he can get. And let me tell you what, bro, going from keyboard and mouse to controller, dude, was a learning curve for me. But you can ask Uncle Chris. I think I got the hang of it by the second or third game.
Yo, your boy was running it. I was watching in the background, whoa, James is getting
dude.
It
this
quick.
is the thing, Sean, because you've seen me play on console. Wait, if you've ever watched me play on PC, dude, you'll see how much more fluid my movement and aiming and stuff is. Because, dude, I was struggling, bro. But dude, I will say this though, aim assist on a controller, bro, is OP, son. Because that if it wasn't for aim assist, I wouldn't be getting half of the kills that I ended up getting. But yeah, dude, that was fun. I think it kind of sparked Chris's interest in maybe getting down on some duty with the boys, which would be cool because I always love gaming with the homies, and I don't get to game with Uncle Chris too often. What else did we do while we were just hanging out?
We did our reviews
of
the new Mountain Dew flavors.
Yes, I haven't seen if they're out locally here yet, but I ended up grabbing another mango one at the liquor store before I left and had to pound it before I got on the plane because I ended up taking it with me. But dude, that was pretty solid. If you guys have not tried the new Mountain Dew Baja flavors, there's a mango lemonade, which is Laguna lemonade, and then the other one, which is a tropical punch, which was, what's that one called?
Point Break Punch.
Point Break Punch. And let me say, just give them a shot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're solid.
Give them a shot. If you're a Mountain Dew
I
fan,
actually bought the mango one.
Did you buy another one of them?
Yeah,
nice.
I felt like I probably should have bought one of each, but I bought the mango one. I haven't drank it yet.
Yeah, very nice solid flavors. And it was cool because we got to shoot a little podcast segment review of these together, just same frame, same room, sitting together, pouring them off into cups and just giving live feedback, and it was fucking cool.
Dude, did a little live vape pairing too.
At
least I did. With at least what flavors I had, and which one worked better with which Dew flavor. It was pretty sweet, dude. And then I think the first event of the night was the old High Knit Cloud Comp, which if you guys haven't seen or haven't heard us talk about this before, we think we've done one or two in the past. What happens is Will ends up getting shout outs to Turk and Homeboy. I think they may have supplied some of the side pieces for this, but we had the little disposable pods from Turk, those guys there. Each one of us got one, and it was normal sort of cloud comp sort of rule situations where it was just a 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. I think we just did a 1, 2, 3 on that one.
Yeah, I think it's a 1, 2, 3 on that. Yeah.
Try to take the biggest inhale you could, let out the biggest cloud. And I'll tell you what, dude, the high neck one is not for the faint of heart. It's pretty brutal. Don't suggest it personally,
dude. Especially if you actually do well, because you get to this point where it's like
you have to go a couple rounds, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do 2 rounds back to back.
Yeah, so that can be brutal. But I think Lunchbox ended up taking the dub on that one. So shout outs to you, dude, and congrats on the dub there. And then we ended up hanging out for a bit, and I think we got pizza before, right? before the next part of the event.
Yeah, we got.
And I
Ohio
think
Valley
I
pizza.
think Sean kind of understands why I feel the way I feel about the old Ohio Valley pizza. I'll say Chris is still, a fan. Still
Yeah, I
enjoys
just
it.
think it's good. It's good. I like the crust and I like the sauce.
But,
Other than that, like it's not great, but
Sean, let's hear your thoughts.
That's good bread.
What
That's some good bread,
about the rest, dude?
dude. The rest is a hard pass for me, man. It's a hard pass.
tasted or wasted. Sean literally wasted it.
Yo,
Like, he
it
threw
was
it in
dead.
the
Like
garbage.
legit wasted.
I
yeah.
couldn't. I tried to eat a piece. I got like 4 or 5 bites in. I was like, I can't do this. For one, I think I've said it a handful of times here and on the podcast that like I truly do not like the taste of green bell pepper. And there's a significant amount of that flavor in that sauce, which was an immediate like, ooh, this is not enjoyable to me.
Mhm.
The texture of that sauce wasn't really hitting for me either. So yeah, like it's not for me, man. For those who love it, more power to you. You can have a couple more slices. Enjoy mine. I'll just save room for the wings later. Oh,
Bumped the old mic again. Sorry about that. Here's my thoughts on it. I'm not as against it as Sean is because obviously I still ate an entire piece, but I am still not the hugest fan of it. Similar to like what Sean's saying, the sauce isn't really my favorite sauce, and I'm not really a fan of like the cold topping sort of situation. Me personally, I like a nice, super melty, hot cheese with, some pepperoni that's actually cooked, not just tossed on after the fact. You know what I mean? It honestly kind of almost gave me Lunchable vibe. You know what I mean? It's like you cook the crust and then you put the sauce and cheese from the Lunchable on after.
yeah,
Except for the sauce from the Lunchable, I think is better, which is bad.
yeah,
But hey,
yeah.
to each their own. And at the end of the day, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
That's
I
it.
just thought it was hilarious, Sean's reaction, because I saw him take a bite, take another bite, and then him just sit there and just start shaking his head.
Like, nope.
Didn't say
Can't do it.
Nope. He's like, nope. He's like, I tried, but nope, can't do it.
Nope, not for me. Not for me. Not for my wife either.
At the end of the
Not-
day, it was food for me, so I still ate it. But and of course, after a little bit of digestion, a little bit of more hanging out, a little bit of more some Call of Duty, maybe a little sneaking shed time here and there. You know what I mean?
Gonna have an appetizer,
little-
a digestive.
Maybe a couple rewicks, setups, preemptively for the Outlaw Cloud Comp that, of course, will, come later on in the night. But, of course, there's one thing that we've implemented in these meetups since it has become a thing here on the Green Room, and since the sponsor of this show is Steel Valley Vapors, I feel like it was only right that at a Steel Valley Vapors meetup, we bring the build-off to the meetup and do it live. And let me tell you guys, we had 6 competitors, I believe, all building in the old Apocalypse V2. We had Kevin K, good old Ryan F. and Delight. We had Sean, Chris, myself, and Jimbo, I believe, were the 6 of us that participated. I'll say Jimbo came in, first one to start it off, threw down an awesome time, man. Awesome time, dude. Sub 5 for his first time doing a build-off. Let me say this as well. Super calm, cool, and collected while he did it. Didn't fumble too much. Just kept a nice, calm, easy pace and accomplished his mission. Next up after that, I believe, was good old Kevin K. Or it was either Kevin K or Ryan. I think it was Kevin K and then Ryan, maybe. Yeah, it was Kevin K went next. Had a little stumble when it came to, putting the coils in. I believe he dropped a coil. Took him some time to, end up finding it. Ended up getting it inserted, all that sort of thing. Ended up putting down, I think it was like a 5:30, somewhere around there time, I believe. Not too bad. Not too great, but, respectable for, the mishap that did happen. I will say this, there were a couple mishaps that happened for a few people that ultimately ended up being their demise, which is kind of unfortunate because then next up was good old Ryan F. and Delight. And he had one of the catastrophes happen that we've only seen maybe once or twice in a build-off before. And It's, once you get those coils in there, you tighten down your screws to what you think is tight enough, or you get them down at least pretty snug, and then you go to do some coil adjustment, and then all of a sudden one leg either snapped or broke or something, and the entire coil just popped out on one side, and there was no saving it. He tried his best, ended up actually getting a little bit of a finger burn from a coil because the mod was on. He hit the button. It was a thing, man. Ended up being one of the only, I think, in the build-off history. I don't know if we've had one before, but did not finish, unfortunately.
No, we have not there though.
Yeah, so maybe the second time.
Here.
Yeah. Okay, so second time in build-off history that we've had a DNF, which was super unfortunate. He was setting a pretty good time, as he was going about it, but ultimately didn't end up making it through. I believe after that was Sean. You were next, right?
I think it was, or was it Chris and then
I think it was you, then Chris, then me, because I think there was a buffer
I know
between.
You were last.
Yeah. So I think you went next, and of course Sean does what he does, comes in, calm, cool, collected, had a couple little stumbles, but made up for it at the end. Ended up putting down.
I shot a coil clean out of my hand because, nerves are a thing, even for me. Like as fast as I might make these things happen, nerves are still a thing, and I'm up there. It's warm in Will's shop. We got a bunch of people. I'm literally sweating. My hands are sweaty. I literally shot a coil clean out of my fingers, hit the floor, had to dive and grab it. And what was it? It was 3 and some change?
It was 3:29 something.
Yeah.
I know that because I know what my time was.
Yep.
And so Sean ended up taking the lead from good old Jimbo. So Jimbo ended up moving down to second place, still holding it in there. And then, of course, Uncle Chris comes in. Dude, and I'll say this, man. At the end of the day, Uncle Chris got screwed, dude. I'm going to say it 100%. 100% Uncle Chris got fucking... He got banged out, dude. He got banged out, dude.
Dude, honestly, I'm going to say this. And every single thing, because, dude, you know what's hilarious? I only used that pod for that competition. Never, I didn't use it again. And then I went to go use it on the way home, and I got one hit and it died. So it came out it was dead as fuck.
Shit.
Then fucking in the build off, I'll just take over for the build off.
Okay.
For the build off. So I threw down it was 5.5 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, I think you were a little bit longer than Kevin.
Yeah, I was doing really good, and then all of a sudden, when I was trying to fucking burn in the coils, the mod was it would not fire.
Yeah, that was the mishap right there, which is something that is going to be addressed the next time, where we're going to have 2 mods in rotation. Yeah, so while one's being used, the other one has time to cool down. Because that's what happened. The mod got too hot.
And it just wouldn't fucking fire shit. And honestly, I don't know how long I lost, but I lost a reasonable amount of time.
Easily 30 seconds to 40 seconds. Dude. I had to dive into my bag to pull out a second mod for you.
It definitely cost me a lot of time. And I was kind of choked. I'm not going to lie. But I still got the build in. And I mean, that's the build that's in here. So I still did a good job. But yeah, I just
kudos to you for sticking it out though and finishing it off, dude, for sure. Unfortunately Ryan was fucked and there was nothing he could have done to salvage his coil. He would have had to take a wrap off of each one, and at that point the time would have just been wouldn't have been worth it, But dude, you still, with the mishap that you had, and we did end up giving him a 30 second relief for that, which I think now maybe could have been 45, like you said, Sean. Just because I felt so bad, bro.
Dude, absolutely.
He got fucked.
Oh no, dude,
not a soul in the room disagreed that Chris got fucked and deserved some restitution for that.
Yeah, so Chris ended up putting down a pretty close time to what Kevin had. He was right around there, and then I come in and I set my build up, my table up, made sure I had all my stuff where I needed to go, made sure I had a nice cool mod, because obviously I've seen what happened to Chris. It's oh, don't want this to happen to me, you know what I mean? Get myself all set up. And then at this point, I was kind of doing the emceeing of the build off at this point, and I kind of threw it over to Sean, and Sean took over, gave me the old 3, 2, 1, go. And let me tell you what, boys, I just looked down and didn't look up until it was done, dude. I just was just get in here and let's get this shit. Just sat there, popped my coils in. What I thought was pretty quickly compared to what everybody else was. I will say this, though. I did have a little bit of an advantage because I had bird's eye view for each build off before me. So I seen everything that went wrong with everybody else. So I already kind of had a game plan for what I would do when certain things may have come up, which ended up helping me out. I did have a couple little fumbles, here and there, nothing too crazy. End up getting them in there, glowing them up pretty evenly, pretty quickly. And then this is the thing that gets me every time, man. I feel like I could have maybe even shaved off an extra 5 seconds if the wicking didn't screw me up a little bit. Of course, I got the first one in pretty good. It took me 1 or 2 tries to get the initial, threading of the wick into the coil. But once I got that first one in, popped it in super quick, flipped it around. And then the second one, of course, gave me some trouble. And, when you give it that little twist on the end to give it that little eyelet to slide through, sometimes it just bunches up on the one end and doesn't want to slide through. So I had to sit there and take it out. I did it 2 or 3 times. Finally got that in there, pulled it through. Super quick, easy. Gave it 2 snips, tucked them, dripped it, capped it, blew a cloud, and let me tell you guys, I beat Sean.
Yes, he did.
Let me tell you guys,
Oh, you know what we need for that? We need an air horn. Wait, is it not?
Yes.
Is that not there anymore? Where's my air horn? Oh no, it's gone.
Oh no.
Oh no, here we go. There it is. Hopefully it came through for you guys. If not, oh well. But yeah, dudes.
Tried.
Ended up coming through 3:19. 10 seconds faster than Sean. Came through, taking the dub on the build off. And I got to tell you guys what, I was so pumped.
Dude,
So pumped.
It's
been a while since I've won a build off, let alone beat Sean in a build off, let alone, put down a solid time. You know what I mean? Because Sean put down a good time. You know what I mean? 3:29 is pretty damn quick, especially in the live scenario, because I feel like there's a little bit of added pressure compared to being at your house with your tools.
Literally never built.
Yeah. And I think I may have built an Apocalypse a couple times. You know what I mean? Not something I'm super, super well versed on. But dudes, super fun. I love doing the build-offs in person, like that. What I think we may even try to do next time, if we get this sort of thing, maybe we do kind of like a shootout bracket style sort of thing. Would be kind of fun.
That'd be
a little head-to-head action. Who knows? We'll think about it, and we'll see how that goes. But with that, of course, after that, we hung out for a little bit. About another hour or two. You know what I mean? Had some people just, flowing through the shop as the event's going, coming in, picking up liquids and stuff. And as, of course, it happens at the meetups, everybody's just kind of hanging out. And then, like, oh, you know what? I need some of these. So you're like, hey, let me get some batteries. And then you get rang out for some batteries. And you walk back and you're like, oh, you know what? Fuck, I need some coils. Then you go back and let me get some coil. And then you get some coils. And then you're like, oh, wait, but I need a bottle of liquid too. So you make like 4 or 5 purchases at the shop while you're just hanging out. You know what I mean?
Well,
because you keep buying things because you don't think about grabbing them all at one time. Because it's just like as conversation happens, ideas pop into your head for like, oh, I should set this up, or oh, I need to rewick this, or oh, I need a liquid for the cloud comp, or oh, I want to throw a fresh build in this for the cloud comp, so that this thing's rocking. You know what I mean?
You just walk by the case and you're like, how did I not notice that 20 times ago when I walked by here? I need that. Like. We literally did that with a couple of the cases in there. It was like, yeah, that's coming home.
Yeah, there's
no question.
There's still a few DHD tips there at Etuni. I don't think there's a pretty, not a super wide selection, but I still think he still has some.
There were a handful.
There's like over 20 different ones, I think. I think there's still a reasonable amount.
Yeah, I'd be saying like as far as like color.
Yeah, I think he has like that. 4 or 5 of like 4 or 5 different colorways.
Yeah. So he's got like a couple couple what are those ones called? Couple nub tips, couple chop tops, couple they're not Macron tips. Those are the recoil ones. What are the other ones called?
Oh fuck. I can't remember, and I own one.
What's the taller ones?
Yeah. Not the taller 810, the taller 510.
Chiquita?
Chiquita. Thank you, Chris.
There it is.
Thank you, Chris. And then of course and then she's got like the MTL ones, the little tiny guys.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think he's still got a pretty, good selection of, just drip tips in general, because he still has some, just like other just generic tips in there too as well. But dude, one thing I missed about Wednesday, just to cut back a little bit, is of course I walk into the shop. I kind of already know what Will's got, like as far as addies and those things go, but I know he's gotten a couple new mods in, right? And I've kind of had my eye on one of these things for a while. So I walk into the shop, look in the case, and of course I see this guy, right? I'm just like, oh man, it's a pretty nice box. That's cool. And then hang out for about 5-10 minutes. I'm like, hey, Will, can I see that box, dude? Can I just like check it out? He's like, yeah, dude. So of course I pull it out of the case, start checking it out, mess with the button a little bit, start looking at the mod, hold it in my hand, get a feel for it, feel how the button presses. I'm like, no, I don't need anything. I don't need any more devices right now. I don't need anything. I put it down, sit back down, I'm just hanging out, chatting for a bit. Probably about 10 minutes later, I look at Will, I'm like, you want to ring me out for that box, dude? He's like, that didn't last long. I was like, I know. I was like, I was like, the first day I was there, within like the first hour I was there, I'd already bought a mod. You know what I mean? And I will say though, very happy with my purchase. This is like a clutch meets a mech tube. You know what I mean? Form factor of a clutch, but with the button press of a mech. You know what I mean? It's got that same button feel of like a tube mob button, like that soft kind of like spring-loaded press, which of course is adjustable, which is one thing that I also loved about it, which is another selling point, as well as a locking feature. But it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. It looked like it was going to be kind of a honking mod, but honestly, it's not all that much bigger. 21700, nice solid copper contacts, and I was like, what, I got to see how it vapes. So of course I buy it, throw an addy on it, take a rip, and dude, this thing hits pretty damn hard, dude. Pretty damn hard. I'm not upset with it at all. One reason why I wasn't going to get it, because it wasn't the colorway that I wanted. Because of course, if you guys know me and have seen like the cool toxic green one that they've got, that one screams my name all day. So I was like, man, I really would just rather buy a green one. But of course, I have no self-control and couldn't wait and order one for myself, or wait till Will got some in, or any of that. So of course I just end up getting this cool graphite like gunmetal sort of situation, but honestly it kind of almost looks like a flat black until like the light hits it, and then you kind of get like that gunmetal. It's got that nice black inlay, and honestly the color's grown on me and I'm really digging it, dude. And it vapes nicely.
Really cool looking box.
It is.
And it rips pretty nicely, dude. I'm not upset with it at all. But anyways, let's get back into the old event situation, because of course after another hour or two just hanging, chilling, chatting, that sort of thing, maybe a couple more rounds of some Call of Duty, maybe a couple rewicks, couple rebuilds, it's time for that old outlaw cloud comp, man. And I think we had a pretty good turnout for that. I believe Sean was did you participate, Sean?
Sure did.
Sean did. Chris, myself, Ryan, Kevin K, Lunchbox, Duchess. Did Will participate? I don't think Will participated in the cloud comp.
I don't think so.
No, he was running the bracket.
And did Jimbo participate? Maybe because there had to have been eight of us. There was eight of us. So. Yeah. So, and then of course, go a couple rounds. I'm not sure exactly how everything ended up completely. I just know how they kind of ended out at the end, I believe. Because it ends up being final three is myself, Lunchbox, and was it you, Chris?
No, I lost in the first round.
Did you?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
because
me and
you
remember?
Yeah,
I got rugged basically.
Yeah, we'll talk about the controversy here in a second. Because one thing that was kind of a bummer is,
like I said, every event, bro.
Yeah, first
what could
round,
go wrong went wrong for me.
Well, a lot of people ended up getting fucked over in that one. You know what I mean? Whoever
nobody did. Because after us, we flipped everybody around.
Well, there's still a couple people before us, though,
bro,
too.
We didn't catch it when I went. And I was
Oh.
I was facing the wall.
There's a couple
We were the
people
third.
before us. We
Yeah,
weren't first,
yeah,
so
we
there
were
are
the
people,
third.
a couple
Yeah.
people other than you that also still got fucked. But anyways,
Lunchbox beat me into the ground.
but anyway, so I don't remember who ended up being at the final 3 exactly. Now that was it Ryan? Yeah, Ryan. Because
Yeah,
me and Ryan were the top 2. And I think it might have been Lunchbox. So it was me, Ryan, and Lunchbox were top 3. But what ended up happening is we ended up finding this out by the time we got to me and Chris for the first round. Is the way Will has like his cloud wall set up is where it's kind of like often like one side of the shop. That's kind of like one end, if you're going back to back, goes to a wall. One end has a little bit more
Like
of a
the rest of
runway
the shop.
to the other side of the shop. And so what we ended up finding out is due to the wall, whoever is facing the wall, when they go to blow their cloud, it doesn't get the distance that it would get on the other side because the wall, as the cloud's being pushed towards it, is pushing the cloud back to where it literally gets to a point and just kind of stops. You know what I mean? And kind of just like flows over on itself because it's got the wall pushing back on it. And then on the other side, if you see it, you see the cloud continue on past the window and flow all the way, well, not all the way, but flow further to the other side of the shop, which ended up kind of being, like Chris said, being a thing where a few people ended up getting screwed, but he ended up getting taken out of that because we didn't end up changing how we did it until the end, where what we ended up doing was saying, you know what, screw this. Instead of going back to back, we're going to go one at a time. Everybody stand at this one point and just see who blows the furthest cloud, and whoever blows that furthest cloud in that matchup moves on to the next round, sort of thing. And at the end of the day, I think it ended up being Lunchbox took third, I think. Ryan took second, and your boy took the gold with the old win. But of course, Chris did get screwed in that one.
I think that, okay, this is maybe why I felt like I got screwed harder, is because like I knew that nobody could beat me. Like, you know what I mean? Like I knew that I was gonna win. Like I just knew it. And I also have won twice. So like there's a bit to back that up, right? So like although the other people got screwed, yes, they did. We all got screwed equally. I just felt like,
you took it more personal.
I did, because I was the fucking champ, bro, and I went out in the first round, and it ends up being that, you know what I mean? That's what like fucking drove me nuts. Like, because after, when we all started at the 1 and then blew, like I blew past 15 feet and nobody could even get past 12. So like to me, like I'm like I knew that I had it. Like I knew that I was gonna be good, but it's fine. Like I will get over.
It's obviously not, because you're still holding on to it, but
no, well, dude, it was a week ago. It was not even a week ago. It was fucking 6 days ago.
It's still a fresh wound.
But we're also like recanting. Like,
I know.
dude, that's what I was feeling.
I've just said that for comedic effect, dude.
This is kind of bullshit. Like, I was fucking pissed. And it wasn't even for like the prizes. Like, I got plenty of free liquid. Like at the end, like it was because I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, this is so dumb. Like, it's so dumb. I probably will think it's so dumb until like I go back and it's changed.
Well,
you know what I mean?
we know now, so the next time it's definitely everything's gonna have to be from the 1, and we're gonna have to do it.
Or like we'll just go back to back from the middle of the store, as opposed to like, because the numbers don't really matter at that point.
Well, it's easier to tell. It's easier to tell distance.
Like I guess
because I'm looking at the numbers whenever I was judging, because that gives me a basis. Because you literally go from the however many this way to however many that way, and then I kind of just judge it off that. But I feel like we should just need to do it like how we ended up doing it at the end, where it's just one person after another just stands in the line and just see who can blow the furthest.
Yeah, I mean, because even then, like, you could still do a bracket, and it's like, James versus Chris. Chris blew farther, he advances. Sean versus Lunchbox. Lunchbox blew farther, he advances.
Yeah.
So like, it like we could still do it that way and just move it to that end and see how it goes. And
I feel like it's easier to judge that way too, because you can look at one cloud specifically and see exactly how far that one goes, and not trying to be like, okay, well, this one went there, did that one go as far? You know what I mean?
I will say that was the benefit of some of this, is having the camera running. Like when we did,
we did have some replays. Yeah,
we were able to return to the video clip and look and be like, oh yeah, this guy won.
Dude, my
You
cloud
know?
was so embarrassing for that one. It was so puny, dude. It was so weak. It was so weak. I thought I was going to put out a nice one because I felt like I took a nice rip, but I did a normal mouth to lung rip on a pod instead of trying to like, you know, lung it like everybody else ended up probably doing. But yeah, at the end of the day, dude, like, of course, there were some mishaps.
I want to say that I still had fun.
I hope so. I hope so. At the end of the day, I feel like everybody had a blast. Because at the end of it, even if you didn't participate in anything, you go home with something. That's the the greatest part about it. And it's not like you go home with one thing. You know what I mean?
Conga line.
I feel like that's what it needs to be called. It's the conga line from now on. You just hop in the conga line and you literally just take a laps by the counter. And Will's got like a box filled with all kinds of goodies, from liquid to coils to whatever else. Shout outs to everybody that sent stuff in too, like Twisted Timmy, Drip Theory. Shout outs to you, bro. I know you're here in chat. We had some Homeboy liquids. We had some vinyl vapor liquids. We had a couple other ones thrown in there from like North Shore and stuff like that. So anybody that sent stuff to Will for this meetup for the the raffle giveaway at the end, shout outs to you, man. We greatly appreciate it because everybody came home with a nice little haul of some liquids. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everybody ended up at least getting some sort of coils, as well as at least 3 to maybe 4 bottles of liquid. And I'm not talking about like 60s.
No, it'd be like 4 or 5 because, dude, everybody got a Twisted Timmy's thing, which had.
That's right. Not everybody got Twisted Timmy's.
Not everybody.
No.
Really?
Lizzie and I both got fucked on that. Neither one of us got one.
Yeah, because there was only so many, and I think it was like right when it got to them, like he ran out. Did you end up getting some coils though?
Yeah, so he did throw us a pair of Breeze Tones, I think it was.
Oh,
but you ended up getting yourself some Drip Theory coils in the build off though, right?
I personally did win some Drip Theory coils.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I haven't even popped open the package yet to see like what the specs on all of them are actually.
You got a pretty. I think there's 2 pairs of 2 different kinds in there, if I'm not mistaken. But dude,
I know I looked at the ones that he sent to Will.
Oh yeah, Will got like
those some sick specs.
Yeah, Will got a nice little custom
package
pack.
Though the package.
Did you hand draw that Drip Theory? The label on it? You had to have, because it looks so sick.
Yo, he definitely did extra because I could see the marker strokes on.
Yeah,
on
it
this
even
stuff
said Blue Bag Bill on it,
and it was sick. And yeah, we got 2 triple 2737s in here, and 2 triple 2636s in here.
Nice.
So 0.11s, 0.12s. We got some Rippas, and all N80s. But yeah, I definitely was bummed though that I wasn't able to cop the Twisted Timmy's pack because.
Oh, you just drew over the label. Gotcha. It looks sick, dude.
But dude, can we talk about the branding?
Dude, the stickers are dope though, right?
Yo, like I've got a work cup that I've been loading up with stickers, and some of these are gonna just be so dope on there.
Yeah, dude, I definitely love the logos, bro. They're sick.
Dude, the art direction is fire. I'm all about it.
Oh, there's a Foot Clan Danibus in the chat. Good old Dan Chase. What up, dude?
You know, I even love that he's chosen specific fonts that are in like the metal and punk realm, and I'm like, dude, yeah, Toxic Narcotic. I recognize that font. You know, like it's great.
He's got the vibes, dude. He's got the vibes.
Does.
But yeah, dude. Oh, I will say though, I am kind of curious to try out that the Twisted Timmy. I think we all got the fresh batch. Is that what it is? Like the strawberry and cream flavor, I believe is what it is. I don't have mine here because mine's being sent back to me because I had too much stuff to fly home with. So I ended up just putting it in a box and shipping it home.
Oh, you scored some Timmies out of.
Well, yeah, because in his like bag, the bag from Timmy, you got like some coils.
Pack. And that thing, that blue pack,
like the blue envelope, it came with some coils as well as a bottle of Timmy's.
Says that it says fresh baked sugar graham cookie, strawberry puree icing. I haven't even knuckled it, so I'm gonna knuckle it.
Yeah, dude, let me know because I don't have mine here to try out, but I'm curious.
I know I knuckled it at the shop.
Yeah, that knuckle's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah, dude, I ended up getting, a couple Homeboy liquids. I got like the whole line of deep cuts from winning the build off. And then I got another lineup of something else from winning the cloud comp. I don't remember what it was. I got
Was it the baked line?
Yeah, it was the bake line, and I got a triple X. I don't know, a purple aluminum triple X.
The original one.
Yeah. Aluminum. But that thing looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's like purple with black splatter. Is it or silver?
Black splatter,
right?
I think.
Next, I ended up getting the baked, I think, as part of the build-off prize as well.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so I must have gotten the vinyl and vapor line for the cloud comp, and then the baked line for the build-off.
Yeah, because I got a bunch of vinyl and vapor out of the blind grab.
Oh, yeah, I got a couple of those, and then dude, what I'm honestly kind of curious about is I ended up getting a bottle of Homeboy Tropical, which I haven't tried yet.
Oh,
so I'm curious to check that out.
I think I got it actually last September.
Yeah, I got a bottle of that and some punch. The punch is okay. It's not like my favorite, but I am interested in trying the tropical. I was thinking about possibly grabbing a bottle of the watermelon punch, but I'm not really like super watermelon guy, So I was like,
it's not bad. I like it. You know what it actually kind of reminds me of? And like, Sean, you tried this?
Nope.
Okay. This is what I think it tastes like. It really reminds me of
Tango Melon?
No. John. His name is John.
Oh, Clouds of Mass Destruction?
Was that what it was called?
Yeah.
Okay, then there was one Clouds of Mass Destruction. There was a watermelon.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Crimson.
Oh, Crimson Spear.
Crimson Spear.
Yeah, and it's like a sweeter version of that. So it's like a nice fresh watermelon to me. Like I get like a it is candied, but it's like a freshy kind of candied watermelon. But this is pretty sweet.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's not as sweet though as mango, I would say. It's less sweet than mango, but it's definitely Swedish. But it's good. I think it's pretty good. I mean, I vaped.
Well, you're still vaping it, so it means you must enjoy some of it.
Yeah, no, I started vaping it yesterday. I'm at like at least 40 mils through. Maybe even actually it might have even been Tuesday.
Yeah, just so the fact that you're vaping it more than one day kind of tells,
it's
tells
pretty
me.
Good. I'll kill the bottle.
It tells me that it must not be too bad for you because I know you're not like usually a big fruit guy. Yeah,
I'm not really. But you know what's so funny? That like it's like you even say that, right? And it's true. But like I got the 2 bottles of not Baja Blast, fucking Blast Off, and then 1 bottle of like the cherry ice. And then I got a mango, a punch, and a Rocket Blast.
That's crazy, dude.
So like I actually got
you probably got more fruit flavors than you probably picked up dessert flavors.
No, that's definitely not the case. But because
can't a man dream, Chris?
I got this from you, which is PB Party.
That doesn't count.
Boule Bolu. I got lemon, Psycho Curler, and then I got some Georgie.
I was gonna say, we know you had to get some Georgie.
Oh, that's a given.
I got 2 bottles of vanilla, but I already killed one. And then I got 2 bottles of the 21 grams and a bottle of fresh batch, and then icing on the flakes, the original one. Actually, that makes me pretty sad that I just realized it.
You didn't get any banana?
I did. I'm actually vaping it, sort of, but I have like such a little amount.
Oh, is that the bottle you picked up?
Yeah, this is the bottle that I got. Yeah.
Dude.
But this is what I walked. Like this is when I walked in on that Friday night. That's what I re-vaped and started vaping right away.
Yep.
I don't think I vape nearly as much as you do. Like just like thinking about it like that, because
but you gotta think, dude, that I did 20 plus hours of driving added to that.
Yeah, but I also sat on my ass and did nothing the entire time you were driving, which is time that I could spend vaping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I
Because
definitely vape
even then,
more in my
from
car.
Wednesday to today, I haven't vaped as much liquid as you have.
That doesn't surprise me.
Because like
I can vape at almost any second as well.
Because like I may like technically I probably got close to finishing a bottle of mango because I ended up having to buy one because I left my bottle at Will's house. So I've got like 2 half bottles, and then I've got about a half of 60. So I vaped like 130 mils since Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I vape probably like 300.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite 300, but
That's crazy.
since I can tell you exactly how much I vape. So since I left, I woke up Thursday morning and cracked a brand new 60.
Mm-hmm.
That 60's got like 5 mils left, so it's killed. Then I bought 100 vanilla and 100 of banana, and like those are basically killed. And then however much there is in here, but it's very hard for me to tell with like the light and how dark this bottle is. But I'm gonna say, yeah, like I'm not half. I have over half. So almost 300 mils.
Gnarly.
But that's like 40 plus hours of driving. Like, I'll vape like a fucking boss when I'm driving.
It's intense, man.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, there's a couple more things that we can mention here. Quick question for the boys here, because I just looked at the time and we're going a little over than what we normally do. And you guys cool with hanging out maybe for a little extra just for the game?
I'm hip.
All right, cool. As long as everybody's cool, we're good. Because I do want to mention two more things before we dip. Because, of course, after the meetup, we end up going getting Basil's, as always, wings. But, of course, we had the same scenario that happened the initial time we went with good old Poon Sauce, where we get there, everybody orders, and unfortunately, bless her heart, she was fucking amazing, great service from this lady. She came up and she's like, I hate to tell you guys, because, of course, we show up right before fucking closing.
Yeah, like an
with
hour
a fucking,
before they close.
With a party, dude. Like, they put like 4 tables together to sit all of us there. And then come to find out, a bunch of us order all kinds of wings, right? Pounds and pounds and pounds of wings. And then she comes up and I'm sorry to tell you, but unfortunately, we only have 5 pounds of wings left.
Yeah, like bone-in wings.
Yeah, bone-in wings. So with that being said, whoever ended up getting multiple pounds of stuff ended up having to switch things out for either boneless or whatever. So she gets that all figured out. She goes back, and then she comes back. And she comes to the end of the table where I'm sitting at and looks at Lunchbox and Kev. And she's like, so, another bad news. We ran out of boneless. So, like, there's like... Kevin was gonna end up only getting 1, and then Lunchbox was just gonna end up getting fries. So what ended up happening was I gave up one of mine to Kev, and Ryan gave up one of his boneless to Lunchbox. At the end of the day, and everybody ended up eating. Sean still got to experience the peanut butter hot. Which quick, what thoughts, Sean?
All right, I gotta say, their hot is amazing. Like whatever their actual like house hot sauce is that they're using, that they're mixing with the peanut butter, is really friggin' good. And the peanut butter balanced it really well. So like I totally dug it. And my wife got the garlic parmesan, and they looked banging. They smelled banging, and she said they were some of the best garlic parm that she's ever had.
They were good, dude, because I tried the sauce. I didn't eat a wing, but I tried the sauce, and the sauce was good, dude.
I did the same, and like that was a delicious sauce. And of course, your barbecue looked fucking
dude. The honey barbecue
hell.
is so fire, dude, so fire. I was kind of bummed though that I didn't end up going with my mango habanero, but I knew if I got those, I wouldn't have been able to finish all of them because the heat would have just gotten to me at a certain point to where I'd be like, all right, I got to stop. So I'm kind of glad I ended up going with the barbecue because I ended up eating them all, which was better off that way. But yeah, dude, wings is always solid. And of course, unfortunately, Sean and Lizzie had to dip out, Sunday. So they ended up, going and doing their thing. And then, of course, we get up and we hung out for a little bit. at the house. Ended up going over the shop for. Oh, did we go to the shop on Sunday? No, we didn't go to the shop on Sunday.
We stopped by there.
Oh yeah, we stopped by for a few, and then we ended up going to the old hockey game. Went and saw a Nailers game out there in where was that at?
Wheeling.
Yeah. West Virginia. And so we went out there to the hockey game, which was cool, getting to sit there with the boys. We had like our nice little seating area with some nice, a little bit more comfy chairs, had a little table, perfect view of one goal, but not the best view of the goal that, we were, the team that we were going for was scoring on most of the time, which was kind of a bummer, but ended up being a good game. They ended up winning 5-3, got a bunch of junk while I was there. I ended up eating so much shit. You can ask Uncle Chris. Like, I got up like 3 or 4 times to get snacks. The first time I come back with like 3 of these giant pretzel sticks with cheese, munch those down, instantly get back up and go grab some nachos and another soft pretzel and fucking munch those down. And then a little bit later, like probably like right before the game starts to end, Will and Ryan get up and they're like, oh, we're like, where are you going? They're like, oh, we're going to get ice cream. All right, cool. And I'm sitting there for a few minutes and then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, fuck, ice cream kind of sounds good right now. So, of course, like 2 minutes after they leave, I get up and I have to go get some ice cream. And I come back with a big old scoop of some orange sherbet. And I'm just sitting there just fucking reminiscing, bro, because it tasted like it brought me back to childhood, like when you were eating like the orange sherbet push pop, like the Flintstone orange. It brought me back to those days, bro. And I was just like enjoying it like a little kid watching hockey, dude. It was so much fun. And then we ended up going to Hibachi that night. Get a little Japanese steakhouse action. First time experience for Chris and myself. Getting to see the guy sitting there chefing it up in front of us. And had the little sake shot where he's squirting it in your face. Did the little rice catch and stuff. And dude, the food was actually fire, dude. I got filet mignon and chicken. Chris, you got the scallops and New York.
New York strip, I think.
Yep. And then Kevin got some filet mignon and lobster. Ryan got filet mignon and shrimp. And then Will, I think, got the same as me, filet mignon and chicken. Most of us got noodles. Ryan got a little bit of some fried rice. Dude, fire. I ended up going back to the house that night, kicking it, all that sort of stuff. And then this is the thing that I told Kevin we'd get to, because this is something that kind of really fucking bummed me out, dude. Monday morning, we get up. Everybody's like, oh, you know what? Let's go meet up with Ryan, go grab some Huddle House before we head to Pittsburgh for the day. And Chris dips out, let's make sure everybody gets a nice meal, before we get our day started, get some coffee in us. So we go to Huddle House, which I've been there before. And usually it's great service, great experience, great food, that sort of thing. We get there and there's 3 people working. There's 2 hostesses and 1 guy in the kitchen. So it's like service is taking fucking forever, you know what I mean? And then by the time we get our food, like everybody else are like Chris's food seemed to be okay. Kevin's food seemed to be okay, and then Will's was all right, but like mine and Ryan, like mine was inedible, bro. Like, well, it wasn't inedible, but it just was not anything near what I ordered. Because of course I ordered French toast, and dude, I get it back, bro. Doesn't even look like 2 of the slices have even been coated in anything or even cooked at that point, or even thrown in a pan. One of them's only halfway done, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm not fucking eating this, dude. Like, regardless of whatever situation they had going on, and which I totally understandable. Like, that's whatever they've got going on is what they got going on. But at the same time, I'm not paying 13 something for a meal that's not cooked. You know what I mean? It's not what I ordered.
100%.
So it ended up kind of being a thing where I said something and Ryan said something, and eventually I ended up only having to pay for my coffee. Ryan gets screwed and had to pay for like half of his meal, which he didn't even touch, and it was just not good.
Well, no, he ate everything but the French toast, I think.
Okay, yeah. So, and it was just not good, dude, and it just set us not in a good mood to start the day. But we ended up getting all the way out to Pittsburgh. Went to the old Andy Warhol Museum out in Pittsburgh, which was kind of cool.
Oh, sick.
Little 7-story little gallery of all of, like his artwork from the years, and each floor is designated at like a certain era, you know what I mean, like 60s, 70s, you know, that sort of thing. So you get to see a lot of his like pop art that was real popular, and you know, read about like his story and like how he started, and you know, how he transitioned from painting to filmmaking and then back to painting, and you know, his relationships with other people like in that era and around that pop art culture and that sort of stuff.
Factory and how he had all those people. Oh,
it was
so
cool, dude. And then we went and walked around the good old Pittsburgh, you know, walked around Will's old stomping grounds, you know, went back to his old Chesterfield spot, you know what I mean? He was telling us stories about it while we were kind of just walking around. It was cool for me because I've never been to Pittsburgh, so I've never been to like a city that's like that's got, you know, like, because LA is a little bit different, you know what I mean? Like, we have some tall buildings and stuff like that, but like driving into Pittsburgh and like seeing all these tall ass fucking buildings and skyscrapers and shit, especially when you got like more into like downtown area and stuff like that, like it was pretty cool, dude, because it's a totally different vibe than where I'm from. But I could definitely, like, especially when we're down by like where like Will's old house was too, it's like college town, you know what I mean, like the college is right there. So like walking down these streets, I totally got that college vibe, you know what I mean, because like you're walking down these rows of these houses and you're seeing Solo cups and beer cans, and you know what I mean, it's just like, dude, total college vibe, you know what I mean. But it was cool, man, just getting to kind of see the city and stuff like that. And then we ended up going and catching Dune 2, which, by the way, if you have not seen Dune 1 or Dune 2, do yourself a favor, go watch them. I liked it. Had a lot of fun. Then we went and grabbed
Dune
some
1
more.
was good.
Yeah, oh yeah. We ended up watching that Sunday night beforehand. Well, the three of us all sat there and fought sleep to try to finish the movie.
Yeah, I was enjoying it enough to maintain not falling asleep, but I was battling hard.
Me too. Kevin fell asleep a few times and woke up a few times. Oh, dude, the screaming, that was so funny, dude. We were on the south side of Pittsburgh, just kind of walking up and down just like one of the streets there. And this dude just walks up to Will, bro. And I heard him like yelling earlier, like when we were walking down the other side of the street. Then we come down the other side of the street, and this dude just like locks onto Will, bro. Walks right past me, just gets up to Will and just starts fucking yelling at the dude, and then yelling at Will, and then Will starts yelling back at him, and then they just had like this screaming match for like a minute. I'm like, what the fuck is even going on? I was like, do you even know that guy? He's like, no. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Ended up going to Pimani's though. Got a little bit of some Pimani's. Got the old Boss Don Italian sandwich, dude. Fire. And then of course saw the movie. And got some more Mexican food that night at the Mad Mex, I think is the spot. Wasn't too bad. Got a carnitas quesadilla, and it was actually pretty fire. And then Tuesday, just hung out. Kevin ended up dipping out that day. Just hung out at the shop, with Will for a little bit. Played some duty. And then Wednesday comes around. Had to catch my flight home. And spent most of the day traveling. Didn't get home till about like 9:30. But it was a good time. Definitely worth it. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at the clock here, and what we're going to do is we're going to run a little long tonight because we can't leave you guys without playing a game, and we can't leave you guys without doing the thing that I like to do here during the show with my boys, which I was so stoked to get to do in person for the first time in a long time. It's time for us to do that thing, Sean.
Yeah, and shout out to the homie Ryan, because he actually got me a sign that says it, so it's back here, and you can't read it, but it says, inhale good shit, exhale bullshit. So let's do it.
It's shit time. What's going on, peeps? Hopefully you enjoyed your shed time break. I know I did. Still catching my breath, to be honest with you guys. Gotta say, it's nice to be home with my own shed time set up and be able to go a little crazy.
Do it your way.
Do a little extra, you know what I'm saying? Because, of course, when you're with others, you don't want to overdo it. You know, you ain't trying
Plus,
to
you're moving around a little bit more. Like right now, we're stationary.
Exactly. So I, kind of put a little, little Ben Globin came to play right now. And with that being said, it's time for us to get in and play a game here. And we're going to end this poll while it's not leaning, while it's leaning one way more than the other. And it is time for us to play a new game that we only played here a few times. It's time for a little bit of two truths, one lie. Which I think one time we should do a flip-flop of this and do 2 lies and 1 truth.
That'd be entertaining.
That'd be fun.
That would be a different spin.
We should try that next time. Or next time. All right. So with that, give us all a second here to come up with our either our lies or think of some truths to tell that we may have not told here on the show. Let's see here. I want to just scroll through chat to see if there's anything I may have missed. Yeah. Downtown is where we went, Steve-O. I think we drove over one of the bridges at one point over the river. What else we got here? Oh yeah, Kevin got those honey salted caramel or hot salted caramel or whatever it was wings at Basil's. I got to snag one. Dude, pretty tasty. I'm not going to lie. But all right, let's see here. And either one of you possibly ready to go or
Almost.
All right.
Almost. I'm almost there. There we go. All right, cool. I can go. You guys ready?
Let's hit it, dude.
All right, so first one. I competed in a sailboat race once in my life. Second one, I competed in a 100-meter dash back in school and actually won. And then the third one, I competed in a BMX competition and won.
I'm going to say the BMX is the lie.
You don't think I could do tabletops and shit when I was younger?
Here's the I just don't know if I see you out there doing jumps. Like I definitely see you out there riding.
See him out there running?
Here's the thing. I kind of almost more see him doing that than doing a BMX competition. Like I could see him riding his bike with his homies and stuff, but like I don't know, dude.
What was the first one?
Sailboat. The sailboat one, I could believe because his dad
sailboat
sails
racing.
Yeah.
I could believe that he's competed with his dad possibly in a competition at some point.
Or like some junior event.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see that too.
So that one I think's the true one. See, you guys don't know Sean as well as we do.
Yeah, Chad out here's like.
You think the BMX
sailboat,
is true, Kev?
Sailboat.
You say the 100-yard dash is a no? See, because Kev's like, I do know that he's been sailing. Okay, Chris, let me hear your thoughts on this. Where are you at on this? Because I think we've already ruled out number one is a true.
In the time that I've known Sean, which at this point is a long fucking time. For most people, it's a long time.
I mean,
unless you're like 90.
We kick it every fucking weekend.
Yeah, I know.
And, for years it was every day. So yeah.
See, like I know that he's mentioned BMXs. I know that he's even mentioned like doing tricks on BMXs. But like doing tricks on BMXs and like winning a competition are very different. So like that's like the one thing that I'm thinking about.
The only reason why I think 100-yard dash is because maybe it was like a school thing. You know what I mean?
I did say
Yeah.
it was in school.
Yeah, and it might have been like before he was like, too cool for that.
Exactly. That's what
Like
I'm
he could have
saying.
been like in
That's
second
what
grade,
I'm
and
saying,
like at
dude.
that point he was just like a
Didn't
fast
didn't you
kid,
say
and
third
he didn't
grade?
hate everybody yet.
No, I just said it was back in school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm sticking with my initial one. I think it's the BMX one. I think the BMX is the lie. That's my vote.
All right.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna go with the 100-meter dash one.
All
gonna
right.
say
So
the
you
BMX
guys
Okay,
split
bullshit.
on
1-1.
that.
So we've got couple
Handful of
people said
chat has
sailboats,
thought
but I think
sail.
Mallory may have changed her mind. Maybe. Addy Tooney said sailboat, but I think we got another BMX is a
A lot of
lie.
people are agreeing with the BMX though.
I think it's BMX, dude.
So the boys are right about the sailing. I have been in a sailboat race because of my father, and it's actually the reason why I fucking hate sailboats. That experience sucked. So it made me just not like boats and sailing at all, really. Competed in a 100-meter dash and won. That's actually true.
Yes.
And it was when I was too cool for it. And that was what was kind of fun about it, is that here I was, the goth kid in like the end of my middle school, early high school kind of era of my life. So I'm like in gym class in black gym shorts and a Marilyn Manson t-shirt with like black nail polish and eyeliner, running faster than the running backs on the football team. And they didn't know what to do about it. So like, it was a great source of pride for me, like, haha. So
Like,
yeah,
you jock losers.
we lost your mic there, James. But yeah, the
I said-
BMX, definitely the lie.
Okay, we're good. I was just gonna say, dude, honestly, that's what I pictured in my head, dude, is what you explained.
Yep. And so the BMX thing, I was definitely tricking on bikes. That was a thing. I was a street bike BMX kind of guy, and dirt jumping off like random shit you found in the street, like all of that. I would ride with street skaters. So like that was how I got down. But I just never competed. Do I think I could have at least placed somewhere? Probably, if I ever tried when I was a kid. But I never tried to like find competitions for that. So I don't know what would have happened if I, ever gave it a go. So yeah, there you go. That's the lie.
All right. Let me think here.
Do you want to go, James? Because like I'm not sure I'm quite ready.
Yeah, I know. I'm still trying to lock down one or two real quick.
Yeah, the sailboat thing is definitely weird, Mallory. Because when you get a sense of who I am and who I've been in my life, like me being in a boat situation where I'd be in a sailboat, like that seems like a very like waspy kind of rich kid vibe that I don't give off. But that was my father. He's a wannabe waspy type of guy, so he had to go out and buy sailboats, and he's one of those people who he's got to force everybody around him to be into the things that he's in because he's a bit narcissistic. So like you had to be involved in the boat if you lived in the house. And unfortunately, I lived with him long enough to be involved with the boat. Dude, he's such an ass about this. His brother adopted a child. The kid is like 3-4 years old. My father bought the kid a sailboat. What is wrong with you? He's not even old enough to decide if that's something he likes. Like,
He's not old enough to really be in a boat unless you're there, obviously. Like,
and yes, Kev, I appreciate that compliment. I am quite the enigma. I've done a lot of things and I've seen a lot of stuff, and I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, I think I think I'm just gonna start and then see where I end.
Rip it.
Okay. First one. I spent a good couple days or at least a week during the summer with my friends that I grew up with, digging a hole in their backyard to put a trampoline in. Okay, number 2. I once with my buddies during a snow day built a jump in the middle of the street and had our buddy tow some of us behind his Jeep to jump it in the middle of the street. Third one, let's see. Shoot. I had it and then I lost it. Let's do this one. I once was riding my bicycle down the road and tried to do a jump from driveway to driveway and got a super bad bear claw from the pedal and still have a dent on my leg from it to this day.
Oof.
There you go. Which one's the fake one?
I'll tell you what, those pedal slaps are brutal.
Especially
Anybody
with
who ever
metal
rode
ones.
those? I was gonna say, anybody who ever rode those old school bikes with the metal fucking? Ooh, it's no joke.
It's like 90% of my bike riding career, I feel like.
You know. So, for me, I feel like I remember the trampoline story being told once somewhere. So I definitely feel like that was a legit thing. Snow day jump versus driveway pedal smash. That's going to be a tough one because, again, driveway pedal smash, dude, we've all done it. Anybody who's ever ridden a bike has probably experienced that, but did his whole scenario that he just described play out to the point he's got a dent in his, shin still. And
I can see that. There's like damage you could definitely do that you
Yeah.
could have dents. Like I have a dent in my head from a spot that I hit it. So like, why can't you have it like your shin? Dude, it feels like you're just hitting bone instantly when you're on your shin.
So this is where it gets interesting because my wife, having lived in a similar region to where James lives, I am aware that every few years that region does get a decent snowfall. And so is it enough snow that you could feasibly build a jump? That's the tough one for me. I think I'm gonna pick the snow day because I'm just not sure that there's enough snow that fell in order to build the jump.
I mean, I could see that. Man,
I'm not in
I'm
LA
trying to.
exactly, Toonie. I'm actually more northern, up at kind of in the near the mountains.
Yep.
I feel like you need a reasonable amount of snow. Like, getting an inch, like, that's a lot of work. Like, you could maybe do it with like an inch of snow. So maybe there could have been, man, that's fucking tough. I'm gonna
Right?
go with I'm gonna say that the building and going behind a Jeep is not true. I'm going with that is
So
the
we're both
lie.
picking the snow day jump. All right.
All right. So the first one, yeah, that one I think I might have told the story at some point, but yeah, we literally spent, I don't know. We were out there with like shovels and shit digging this fucking hole for a good, a couple days out of the summer, or like I said, I don't know, maybe been a week until his dad ended up renting a Bobcat and then just fucking dug it out real quick. But yeah, dude, we turned it into like a slam ball court at one point because we put like one of those fucking basketball hoops that you just cement into the ground, like right behind it, towards like you could literally walk on and like fucking slam it and shit. We used to play like before school, like in middle school or junior high. The snow day one, you're right, it is a lie. But here's the thing: the snow day part, like most of that story is true, except for the fact that I had nothing to do with the jump or any of that. I heard about it after the fact because I had to go in because my parents wouldn't let me stay out and cause a ruckus with the rest of them. But the older kids across the street did, and they were like probably like 5 or 6 years older. So like they were, one of them was able to drive at the time, and I heard about them doing it afterwards. But we did fucking there was a point where a couple of my buddies snowboarded off the top of a neighbor's roof one time because it was like we got like 3 days of like crazy fucking snow, like when I was in high school, or to where my mom wouldn't even come pick me up from school. Like I literally had to walk to my buddy's house, like that was like 2 or 3 blocks from school, or like maybe not even that. It wasn't too far, but like it was far enough to where my shoes and socks were completely soaked by the time I got there. Because of course we don't have fucking snow gear in California because we don't really ever get that much snow. But it does happen from time to time, like Sean says, especially more recently, which is kind of weird. And then the last one, yeah, dude, it's fucking brutal. Like I had a scar on my fucking shin for a long time that I think is finally kind of faded. But like if you fucking feel up and down my fucking shin, you feel where the nice fucking dip is, dude. That like it either fucking dented the bone or just fucking took a chunk out, and I just never realized it because, dude, it was fucking brutal. It was like Sean said, metal pedals that had the fucking little knobby fucking spikes that would help grip into your shoes. Oh, so bad, dude. So bad. I thought I broke my leg, obviously, because I was a kid, and I was just like, oh, it hurts so bad. Why does it hurt so bad?
Yeah, thank God for the invention of like plastic pedals. At least those aren't nearly as bad when you do that. Remember when you would slip off and just scrape the whole shin down the pedal?
All right, so Chris, up to you, dude.
Yeah, I'm just trying to gather one more in my head real quick. This is the thing. I really do struggle to think while I'm trying to pay attention to you guys. So like I don't really think other than what you guys are saying.
Nope, I understand, and that's why we turned to chat and bullshit with the chat for a minute. Yeah, Aaron said we did the whole dig except my friend wanted to dig a pool. Lasted 2 days of digging. We built a dojo in my backyard when I was younger. Like, we took like wood and made like this whole like sand pit area so that we could like practice martial arts back there. That was fun for a while.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hit it.
All right. I have jumped off the roof of a building into the water. I've got a hole-in-one in golf. And the third one, oh, now I lost it.
Dude, it's the worst one.
Oh, it was the last one I thought of too. So I said that I've got a hole-in-one, and I said that I jumped off the roof of a house.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag shed time.
For real, dude. That's why I should do what Sean does and write them down.
Yeah, no, I should too.
Yeah,
I need to just have a booklet here.
We suggested it once, and I was like, yes. And this way I even have notes on what you guys said. So if I start to forget, I'm like, oh yeah, he jumped off the roof, had a hole-in-one.
Yeah, I jumped off the roof. I hit a hole-in-one.
And then you...
And I won. Oh yeah, fuck. And I won like the regional shot put competition in 8th grade.
Ooh, shot put.
Is it funny
that
I kind of believe that one more than him jumping off the roof?
Honestly, the shot put, I could totally see Chris chucking, having that mean upper body strength, just. It's a weird throw. You're not throwing like a baseball, like you're pushing. So that's.
And I think I've heard the hole-in-one story, or at least he's mentioned that he's made one.
I feel like I've also remember the jumping off the roof into the water. So.
But the last one's almost got too much detail for it not to be real. You know what I mean?
I feel like the shot put story would be something we would have heard by now.
You think so?
It's such an interesting factoid. That's such like, because it's a unique sport. And we have talked about unique sports in various episodes
And
of
I
the
don't
podcast.
think he's ever like mentioned participating in track and field at all.
Yeah, I'm leaning on the shot put.
I'm going to go with that one too. Now that we're thinking about it, I'm going to go shock put.
I could totally see Chris killing it, but I don't think he was competing in shot put.
Oh, that is true though. He never said if it was mini golf or real golf.
I like Kevin's one hole in one of your shoes, maybe.
Wow, Kev.
He says two is BS. Addie says the roof is BS.
Yeah, Kev, I'll just remind you one thing. So, like, I worked at a golf course from about the age of 14 to like 32 for every year but 2 years. And when you work at a golf course, you get free golf. And when you like shed time and you can go shed time and play free golf, you play a lot of golf.
I assume when you worked at a golf course, you also are pretty intimately familiar with the greens.
Dude, I'd be playing holes that I placed that morning.
Yeah, that's kind of a unfair advantage there, ain't it?
Yeah.
You walk up to the tee box and know exactly where the pin is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about
103.1 yards.
It's like 250.6 to the pin on this one, guys.
You gotta hook it just slight
slight dog left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Kev, I don't know if you're as good as me. Just throwing that
maybe
out
a cut or a draw, depending on what hand you are. You know what I mean? Just fucking a nice little fucking
little strong little touch, a little fade.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but anyway, so it seems like most people don't believe the golf, but you guys didn't believe
the shot put.
The shot put.
Shot put. Okay. Well, I'll tell you the very first one. Yeah, dude, I've jumped off like a lot of roofs into water. Sorry, Addie. I'm pretty dumb and reckless. And when I was younger, I was like really dumb and reckless. So yeah, I jumped off of like people's 2-story houses into swimming pools. I jumped off of like boat houses, like what they could be like 25 feet, and you'd like just run and jump off the roof into the water. I've done a lot of that. That's like, I love the water. My entire life I love the water. The shot put one. Sorry, dudes. No, I did. I was like pretty good at shot put because I did have that strength, and like I just figured, how to fucking do this. I didn't do like the full spin kick thing. I never got that serious, but yeah. And like grade 7 and 8, I won first place. I like that area. Like, so it was like maybe 12 schools.
Damn.
Yeah. It was I don't know. And then both years I ended up getting one spot away from when you got to go to the All Ontario. So I got third place in grade 7 and grade 8, and I could have got to go one further, but I couldn't get one further at that next event. Or like one place higher or whatever. And I never got a home run. I've never got a home run. I've came so fucking close.
Dude, I could have sworn you.
Dude, I've like come honestly within like that far. I've had ones that like lipped out. Like I've had ones that like came in a bit hotter and just like were rolling quick and hit the pin and then just go off the green. A hole in one is, I guess, really fucking rare, dude. Like some people have hit like numerous, right? But there could be someone who played golf every day from like, I don't know, by the time they're like 20 years old, that could never hit a hole in one. So maybe one day I'll hit a hole in one, but I've not hit one yet.
Will says no one tosses balls like Chris.
That's a fact.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I could totally see Chris having all the chest strength you need to just shove
out there, yeah.
A shot put.
See,
I was surprised I never heard it.
I should have stuck with my gut.
Before that, actually, in elementary school, so like you had to do something.
No, because I still didn't.
Right, like you had to participate in everything. So like I'd have to do the 100-meter like dash. I'd have to do the 200-meter, 400-meter. maybe even the fucking 800 meter. Then I had to do like long jump, fucking high jump. You had to do all that stuff in school.
Yep.
Like
Well,
they made you.
that's how I did the 100 meter and smashed it. Was in
Yeah,
that
yeah, like they made
situation.
you. I was like good at ball throw as well. Like I went pretty far in ball throw. Like I can't remember where I placed, but I'm pretty sure I got first place at least once. But that's you're just throwing a softball, like quite literally, like that's what you're doing. That was like what you did in the younger grades before you were
Shot put,
like
yeah.
an upper
I liked when they let us do
upperclassman.
the javelin. That was fun. They just took
Yeah,
us
we
out on the
never got to do
football
that,
field
bro.
and just shuck a pole down the
Yeah, we
football
didn't get to
field.
do any of that shit.
I think that we might have got to try that in high school for like one, like I don't know how it worked in America for you guys, but like it would be like sections. So you do like maybe like a 3 week section, you'd be playing floor hockey, and then like you do a 3 week section,
Oh, for like
and you'd have to
for
do
like physical
health.
education.
Yeah, yeah, and then a 3 week section you play basketball, and so
Yeah.
you have to like learn and do practice, do all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it would
And we
work.
got to do javelin once, so we did like a track and field thing. So we had to like try doing javelin and shot put, and
Same.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
think
know.
discus, but
Yeah, you don't give kids that went to my high school sharp things to throw.
yeah, my school, I guess there wasn't that much concern.
Yeah, they
Yeah, you don't do
they
that.
weren't
The
very
year the
sharp.
year before I got there, we had a full on riot, dude. Where cops showed up and fucking pepper sprayed and tased kids, I think. 'Cause there was like brass knuckles and shit involved. It was crazy.
Damn.
Shout out Victor Valley High School. What up?
Yeah. Ow, ow.
Anyways,
People are Googling right now. There's
Yeah.
like murder, gang riot.
anywho, I think that's gonna wrap things up here, ladies and gents. We went a little bit longer than usual, and this game takes a little bit longer than usual. So with that, thank you guys all for tuning in and hanging out with us. I appreciate you guys popping in, even though we weren't here last week. But we had some good times getting to hang out with the crew all in one place for the weekend was pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, man. And shout out to
Being
Will.
real life friends, not just internet
Yeah,
friends.
exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Getting to break bread and partake in each other's shed time accoutrement that was there was pretty sweet. It was just all around good time. Shout out to Will once again. Of course, if you guys didn't know, there is another one planned in September. It should be like first week of September sometime when we get the full on dates. We'll let you guys know for sure. But it's something that we try to do at least once or twice a year. You know what I mean? It's usually right around this time. And then again in September for Will and I's birthday. So if you guys want to try to make it out for the next one, you got about 6 months to plan. You know what I mean? So it's plenty of time for you to, maybe book a flight, get a hotel or ask for time off or whatever you need. Hopefully we can see some more of you guys out there for the next one. It'll be a lot of fun. But with that, once again, shout outs to Will. Shout outs to everybody that sent stuff in for the meetup as well. Drip Theory, Timmy, Homeboy, Eric, everybody that was involved. Always a good time, man. And with that, I think it's time to throw it over to you guys to do your normal thing. So, Chris, over to you.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, like anytime you guys have an opportunity to go to like a real life meetup, it's always fun. It's even better when you're friends with a bunch of people that are there. Well, basically everybody, some new, some old. It's just a really good time. So anytime you have those opportunities, grab them. I don't think that I'm going to be able to make the next one, but a year from now I'll be able to go. That's my goal. So hopefully that all works out then. Yeah, I think that honestly, other than check out shedtimepodcast.com, that'd be great if you did. I think that's it. So everybody be safe. Have a good week. Sean, take it
Yeah,
away.
big shout out to everybody who came out. That was a fantastic time. I'm so glad I was finally able to make it out. And of course, shit, the car runs better than ever now after that trip. So
Cleaned it right up.
double win. Big shout out to everybody who sponsored the event and helped make it possible. You guys are real MVPs. That is, it makes a huge difference and it builds community. And it was great to make new friends and to see old friends. And I hope that when I make the next one, I meet a whole lot more of you guys and turn you from just internet friends to real life friends. So with all of that, I'm going to echo Chris and say check out shedtimepodcast.com. Links to everything are there. So go check it out. And with all of that, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is you do, try and make it fun.
God damn right. It's time for my favorite segment of the show to end it out with some wise words of wisdom, some food for thought for all of you guys to think about over the weekend from my main man, Confucius. And today, Confucius say. He's got a good one, real deep one. You guys got to really actually think about this one, man. Today, Confucius say, with 1 foot on yesterday and 1 foot on tomorrow, we'll end up pissing on today.
Damn, dude. Somebody get that shit framed and hang it on a wall.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, fuck your live, laugh, love. I want that on the wall.
That's deep as shit, bro.
It is.
Anywho, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend. Thank you again for joining us. Check out the podcast if you haven't already. Leave 5-star reviews over there. If you haven't liked and subscribed here, make sure you guys do that as well. And we'll catch you guys next week for another episode. So it's time to end it as I normally do, sending out all those positive vibes, crisp high fives. And as always, let's just vape on, shedheads. Oh, blast off. So good.
21 grams.